Not cooperating, evening, folks. Pardon sync issues. The most compelling part of the video is me getting the screens right on my side. Almost. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and get it on live chat. Perfect. Great. What is up? What's up, Moon Bunny? And what's up, Patrick? How is your pretty sure it's Saturday? Yes. Unless you're in the UK. Then it's tomorrow. Yeah, well, I guess Moon Bunny's running errands. He'll be here in a minute. What's up, King 40? Glad you made it. And then, yeah, I'm glad Patrick, you did mention that. I wrote it down too. Friday, Frank was doing call into the show when the whateverth caller wins, and he has like a few little thingies to give away. And the last person called in. They're just kind of like, hey, what's up? This is Moon Buddy. And Frank's like, well, you're the like 50th caller. So, oh my God. So yeah, she won the it was like one of the wooden nickels, and then maybe some silver. I honestly don't know, and it was yesterday. But yeah, that was so cool. It's like, hey, I know that chick. She's from our chat room. What's up, Nightcock? How's it going? Patrick saying evening. Looking forward to a cozy night of chat. Yeah, me too. The last show was just so I mean, I know I was on edge. That's probably the worst I've been, but it's a lot different. It wasn't a good, I wouldn't say it was a good day, but last night was incredible because I could see the show and I went through my phone. I've got some screenshots, about four of them. I'm going to show you like how things started out, how they got real bad, the little tweak that happened, and then finally the change that makes me be able to see the show now. I'm going to tweet that out because I'm not full of shit. I know what I'm talking about. But I could see what it is now. Frank has gotten that moon. It's dimmed, and then he's got Lorelai basically in the center of the shot. So he got rid of that Chrysler building, whatever it was there. So that's gone. He's got the Twin Towers there, but I mean that's okay. It's just two of them versus three. And then he also has another lava lamp that doesn't have a name. It's yellow and it has a black base. That's where they basically just switched spots. And then got rid of that extra building. And Frank did say he did dim that moon, but when he did dim it, he also put some extra those Twin Towers lights basically in the same spot where the moon was reflecting off the wall. So that was no change to me. But it's not like that now. It was so, this whole week has been just full of surprises, things that have never happened before, or things I thought would never change, or something that's like been a certain way for a few years. The last time was not. Uh, so it's been more enjoyable at the show. This week for myself, just because I'm used to being able to see the show. When I found the show, it'll be 10 years next month. There's always been the video side of it, so I have two things to work with. I got the chat room and I got the visuals. I need visuals to be able to do things. For example, I always have to set out all of my multivitamins or I'll forget to take them. I need that visual cue to do things. Otherwise, it's just too much work on my brain. So that's why this last month has been so bad. I've not had those visual cues to run on. It's just more stress for me. Nightcock, it's actually dimmed down. I can actually see detail now, so it's not like literal high beams. It's not like driving into traffic with some asshole with his LED lights in your face. It's not like that. Last time it wasn't. Oh, what's up, Kara? Glad you made it. Um, for now, Frank did. He was off like on Thursday, and then they were doing some tweaks. I thought they were going to come back in, and it was going to be the brightest thing we've ever seen in our lives. But because nothing ever good ever happens outside of this channel. But it wasn't. I could actually see. I did not have to wear my hat the entire time. Um, I need a month of that to happen, and let's see where we're going to be at on January 14th. But we still have Frank's got a full week next week, so let me see what how my eyes feel about that. But that should be like it's already got me cheering up. Again, it's not an overnight fix. I've still got a lot of anxiety and things like that, but I can like sort of for the first time in a month look forward to the show and not think of it as just work. So I am excited to, I wouldn't say excited, but I'm anxious to be myself again. I don't like the way I've been for the last month. I like nothing about it except doing these live shows. So things are, maybe they're on the upswing. Maybe they're on the upswing. That's kind of how it seems. That's what I would like because things have been too rough. But staying positive about it. King 40 Frankie's new studio looks good, more conservative. It does have like, because he mentioned he still wants to do more decorating, like put some stuff on the walls. So I think he's still waiting to decide which things to hang up again or if he wants to hang up different stuff behind him. I don't care as long as it doesn't reflect lights back and just make double lights for me to just blind me again. What's up, Dandy? Glad you made it. He's going to a Christmas party. Oh, man. Wear the lampshade on your head. Be that guy. Yeah. Be the guy that drinks too much eggnog and I love you, man. What'd you say about my mama? You son of a bitch. And then just fall into something. That guy's all right. Let him sleep it off. Yeah, and I am wearing this is my my Gray Still Plays Not Today Satan when the focus wants to focus on me again. It is a child's shirt. It's a child's large. It fits. Oh, what's up, Jenna? Eating din din. Nice. It does feel like the neck part of a turtleneck from about my chest down to my waist. I don't like I can fit into an extra small. I don't really care to wear them a lot. Like not in the summertime because you're just gonna sweat. So it's just more you want like that loose fabric so the air moves about you. So like otherwise you're just got more laundry to do just that fast because you're just gonna sweat through it. So it's not quite comfortable. It depends on the shirt, I guess. But I want to show you because it's like it does fit me fine. I got this to just like wear outside. I usually wear other clothes over a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt. But my concern was that like okay, it's all gonna fit, but what if the sleeves only come? What if it's like a 3/4 sleeve? It's gonna look silly, but it really doesn't. This is I'll show you. I'm gonna stand up. It's like see how my I don't know how to try to stand on my tiptoes. It comes down far enough that like it's not, like say like too long and it's not like this so it doesn't look like I like stole my little brother's t-shirt and just it like it hangs just right on the wrist so it doesn't look too long or too short. It's not as long as the other shirt, but then again, it's a child's large. It's not the 90s. We don't wear we don't bust a sag like that. We don't need a t-shirt to come down to our knees. So like it fits me fine. So like honestly, like check like the sizing numbers. What I haven't done yet is gone and like measured these and then compare them to what the site says to see if it's spot on. But just so you know in the future if you're a lady who happens to be a small or an extra small, you can fit into a child's kid's size, a figure quotes drink, um, t-shirt, fine. The only, oh, Kara, looks cute. Thank you. The only honest real difference is because when I first put this on, I'm like, why does the logo look so small? And then I'm, oh, it's a child shirt. You don't need the logo that, huge. Uh, King 40, show a little more skin, Nixter. LOL, just kidding. My thought was that because I've got the other long sleeve shirt hanging up. I don't wear, uh, with one exception, I really don't wear long sleeve shirts around the house, but I think I've got the temperature in just a place where I can keep this on for the whole show. Otherwise, I get to take it off and then fight with my hair for the rest of the show. So far so good. Again, it is like slightly thin, like maybe just like 10% thinner than a normal cotton shirt, maybe I would say. So it's not, it's definitely not a sweater. Uh, I like it though. It's just like it just has enough room for me to move. It is a little bit tight in the chest. Again, if I swear I'm not this big. Can I get my? You can't get a bra. This. I'm kind of rambling off a topic here, but this pissed me off so bad the first time I lost weight. I'm thinking, great. I don't want a big chest. Just keep them up where they belong and I don't want any extra padding, but I don't think you can buy a bra that does not have some kind of padding. And yes, you do need some because you don't want to point at people because that's rude. But I don't want it filled out. I don't want to be like put on a bra and suddenly be a B cup. Like no, I don't need that because if you don't know what it's like to always have something in your periphery all the time that makes your back hurt all the time. That's what having big tits is like. King 40 said, just busting your onions. Yeah, yeah, I know. You're good, you're good. It's too cold to wear less unless we go to Florida where I'm sure it's 78 degrees. Nightcock, I actually just managed to sit down from working today and saw that you were going live. Oh, perfect. Great timing. You'll get used to the 7 p.m. time of day. Pardon me, so much that at least for me, even on Sundays, I try not to think about it. I try to think, oh, this is the one day I'm off. I don't have to be anywhere in a chat room. But I swear to God, like 6:55, 6:50, 7:02, I'll grab my phone for Nightcock, 69 degrees. Nice. Ooh, that's cold. Um, I'm grabbing my phone for some reason, even if it doesn't chime off. I'm just thinking to look at something. I'm like, why did I grab my phone? What did I really need to look up? And then I'll check the time, and it's like 7:03. That's why. It happens. And Frank went live for like a tiny bit earlier. He was on Twitch playing some like Call of Duty. I just caught the very end of it. I just had to take a shower just a couple hours later than usual today. Uh, pardon me. Moon Buddy's back. Ray, glad you made it back. Oh, what's up, Papa Groovy? Glad you made it. Yeah, smash the like button if you haven't already. And what happened was they were in here. There's still issues. Like something's dripping from upstairs, and so they have to keep coming in here and tweaking stuff. But like they were in here working on the water yesterday. They left. I go to take a shower, and there was no hot water, so I call them up. I'm like, hey, your guy was here yesterday. Can you come turn the heat on for the water? Thanks a lot. Guy comes over. I guess what the first guy did, he switched them. So now instead of turning it towards the heat for heat, you got to turn it towards the cold. I'm like, oh, so it's like we're in Australia now. Like, yeah, I was making a joke out of it. I didn't want to be a dick. Just get the hell out of my house. So there is hot water. It's just on the cold water side. It's like great. So I guess it was a opposite day yesterday. Oh, I do want to bring this up. This is pissing me off so bad. Where do I have it at? Right, just a second. Uh, wait. Where did I put the? Oh no, I've got it over here. Okay, sorry, I forgot where I put it. I can't look at this. I can't look at this. Okay, so let me go back. So not this last January, but the January before. This is touches on something sad, but I'm not gonna try to bum you out. What happened was my one cat, a gamer cat, passed away. Spent the whole night and day with him, and one of the I was just trying to comfort him there at the end, and I know cats like squares, and so I had an empty tissue box because I spent the whole day crying. So what I had was an empty tissue box. I'm like, well, let me just, open this up for him to lie on. And it's a style of tissue box right here. This is used up. This is the Walmart brand of tissues. They probably were 98 cents back in 2019, but now they cost more. And the reason why I have this today, I didn't save it from 2 years ago. But the thing is, it's been almost 2 years, and I'm going to take a picture of this. You cannot go into our Walmart and buy one box of tissues in any other style. They used to sell them in packs that had 4 different styles. Can't get that anymore. They are single boxes. Every single one looks like this. They're stacked maybe 5 or 6 high, maybe 4 across. Not one other pattern for 2 years. I take that personally. So what I do, I'll buy these and I stuff them into an old tissue box. Like I wash my hands first and I'll stuff them into an old tissue box. So I'm not going to look at these. I'll take a picture at Walmart to prove my point. I'm pissed off about that. I am taking that personally. Because every time I go to buy tissues, I got to think about that day. I wanted to bring that up. I was saving that around to bring it up. That pissed me off so bad. Like, rub it in. I'm not going to forget, rub it in. Dandy, yes, tomorrow, Art of Mercury retrograde. Tomorrow's officially the last day of it. So when we get back to, quite frankly, we can enjoy that tiny last bit of Sagittarius. And then we get into Capricorn. And I swear to the gods, this will be the 4th year. If I don't get to enjoy Capricorn this time of year, I'm going the fuck off. Because that's when my birthday, like I got like the week of my cusp last year. And that was incredible. But swear to the gods, if I don't get Capricorn this year, I don't want to see Capricorn next year. Cannot handle it. Papa Groovy, glad to be here. Much love to the class. Oh, and also, I did speak to, I reached out to John Rogers a couple days ago because, like, I noticed he wasn't in chat, and then maybe by the 2nd or 3rd day, somebody else said something, and then another day went by, and it's like, I don't, let me just check, cause I don't know. But I reached out to him. He got back to me real quick. He's like, yeah, just, it's December. So he's, getting like end of the year stuff done, Christmas stuff in order. He, fixes his car. So he just has not had time to be at live shows. But he's okay. He's not incapacitated in any kind of way. So don't worry. He's just doing the December thing. It's also, too, I didn't even think about this. And like he did tell me this in a DM, but I don't think it's stretching too far to say that, because he did kind of fall out and had to have surgery on his brain. So one of the side effects of that now was that it gets cold, and wherever they did the surgery on his skull, it hurt. So not like a headache hurt, but like the bone hurts because they had to open that up. So like, hey, understandable. So I'm sure it's tough. Like if he's got to work on his car, it's like right outside. So I'm sure it's tough for him. So he's probably got to put a, I don't know, electric blanket on his head. I don't know what he does, but so I know that slows him up. As a cold slows me up too. It's like, hey, cool. Just folks were worried about you. Had to say something. And I did stop. I was taking the Cultivate Elevate Lion's Mane for depression, and I did want to say that it was working, because what I was slowly starting to do was trying to like train my short-term memory to remember things a little bit more, and might have been working, but then there were those changes that, quite frankly, and I have just wanted to drink antifreeze ever since then. So I can't say if it was going to continue to help with the minor depression, because then I got delete yourself depression, and all it really did that I could tell is just make me more restless. So when I'm lying there frustrated and I can't think of what to do, and I'm just like, I don't want to, like, I know I need to eat, but I don't want to eat because just all the steps, I can't handle the thought of just even doing anything, let alone getting up and doing it. It just makes that agitation worse. So I just, a few days ago, I just cut it out completely. So, I don't know how long it's going to stay in my system. I don't know if I'm going to feel a difference. I don't know if Frank's going to keep the show in a place where I can see it and I'm going to cheer up and I can start taking again. I don't know any of that kind of stuff, but I will say if you have minor depression, check out the Lion's Mane for that. It was helping out. But if your depression gets worse and you want to end the things, stop taking it. It's not going to help. That's the basically all they can do for a review. I don't know what else it does for me because whatever it was helping with, all of that just ended up, that stopped on November 10th, and I've just been completely different ever since then. So it works for minor depression, not major depression. It has a little bit of a taste too. It kind of tastes like a slightly chocolatey something. It has like a slight scent to it too, so it's not like, I kind of miss taking it because I miss like that flavor first thing in the morning, but just for what, like the agitation, it's not worth it. What if it just makes things worse? So I stopped taking that. Uh, and then also I did have to start drinking the Monster Monster Energy Zero Ultra. It has sucralose in it. Don't drink it. It deteriorates your DNA. I don't know if that's making anything worse, but I needed the energy to do the shows, so I'm on one of these today. We'll see. We'll see. I want to see how I feel in a week. Nightcock is lion's mane, a form of mushroom. I think I had that in coffee before. Yeah, it is. It is. This is from cultivateelevate.com. They're uh affiliate of, quite frankly, and well, the site's run by a fellow named Matt Copper. He's a Capricorn, and he was like, I've been taking the pearl powder for my eyes. That's the only way my eyes have been healing. Like, they can take in more light, they can take in more movement. I can say look at my phone or look at the TV earlier in the day than I could months ago. So that is helping. I have to take that for life. And then I do take the dragon's blood for inflammation. It does help with my back. I was taking one a day. I'm still taking two until this is 100% better. Every day it's a little bit better. I got to put less and less ice on it. So maybe it's 85, 90% better. It's getting there. It's getting there. I don't think I'm going to have any like droopiness afterward. Like, maybe if I lived to be like 60, I would have like, like one droopier eyelid than the other, but I don't think we're gonna get that far. Sorry you're going through that, Nikki Moon Bunny. Yeah, me too. It would be worse if I didn't have the channel. If I didn't have the channel, I don't know what would have happened to me in the last month, because it's really just Gray Still Plays upload a day to keep me going if I didn't have my own channel, and that would have been way too rough. It is good for a diet. I don't know how depression hits you, but when it hits me really hard, I don't have an appetite. So you have to see the good in every situation. So it can help you keep your weight down. But I don't want to say that's over, but like I honestly do believe things are on the beginning of an upswing, and they really need to, so I can enjoy Capricorn for the first time since 2020. King 40 Caprafag. Never heard that one before. Good. But yeah, Monster will tap your adrenal, which will ultimately mess with your hormones. Learned that the hard way. Yeah, there was a time I was drinking Monster often, but with Gamer Cat passing away almost 2 years ago, my caffeine pill that I have to take just to hear it let me hear, but it did nothing to give me energy. Not one single gram of extra energy. So I stopped drinking energy drinks, because if 300 milligrams of caffeine wasn't going to wake me up, neither was like an energy drink. So that got me off of them. So that's good. I really literally only started drinking them now because I was suicidal and I need energy to do shows and I don't have it. I'll wake up at 9 and I'm exhausted. If and I used to be able to wake up at like I couldn't go back to sleep at maybe 5:30 in the morning. I could lay in bed until 9 and still go through a whole day, go to quite frankly and all that. Can't do that with depression. You get a lot sleepier. So yeah, as of right now, that's a no go. Even today, I managed to get up at 9, and some other bullshit went down. So I was tired. So yeah, hopefully I would like to like just finish that case off and never have to buy anymore. Because you know a case it's cheaper to buy by the case than by the can, and a case is $20. So that's just an extra. I don't need to be spending on. Oh, Nightcock saying, "Oh no, Patrick. It's good for depression because it's fungi. FUNGUY. Nice. Oh, but Nightcock is saying, have you ever looked into low dosage psilocybin mushrooms before? I've heard it helps with depression several years after I beat depression, and I did take them. I've never heard of that before. Um, King 40, don't read that, Nikki. I don't want you to get it canceled. LMFAO. Yeah, it's okay right now because I'm not monetized. If I get closer to, I want to say when I get closer to like the 500 milestone, it's not monetization, but it's still like a milestone as far as YouTube is concerned. I think that's when I'll really start teaching myself a little bit more pseudo slang, like son of a biscuit, BS, GD, stuff like that, just so I don't have to go back later and edit stuff out so I can monetize videos. But I'm at my sub count's kind of funny because it'll be 203, then it'll be 204, then it will be 203, then it will be 204, and now it's back at 203. So I don't know if that's like different people like liking the channel and then they unsub, or if it's just YouTube can't count. I don't know what that. They have been doing some updates lately that I don't care for. And I sent them messages about this when I saw it the first time because I'm so pissed off about this. You go to YT Studio, you go to content. This pisses me off every time I look at it. And this screen is so fucked up. Like live, which is what I want to go to, instead of being at the top of the screen, it's all the way at the fucking bottom. You know what? I don't even want to look at it. I'll tell you what it looks like if you don't even have the app. All you have to do, go to YouTube, go to subscriptions, and just go to anybody you're subscribed to, tap on them, and then it will give you the visit channel option. Oh, is it not going to do it? It shows me the ugliest setup. It looks like YouTube, and YouTube is almost, nobody wants to scroll side to side for anything ever. We want to scroll up and down. This side to side shit can get fucked. So, I don't know. The YT Studio app's going downhill. But then YouTube actually did a good update where, like the little slider across the screen, instead of it being almost in the middle of the screen, it's almost all the way at the bottom so you can see more of the video. I can't believe they made one. Okay, they made one bad update, but they made one good update. Can you fucking fix YT Studio? Like, don't insult us on this app the way you insult your YouTube app users. And I said something like that to them. Oh, Moon Bunny, yes. Ketamine, yes. Special case saves the day. Yes, ketamine is for back spasms. But what they're saying is, Moon Bunny said, I just saw an ad for at-home ketamine treatment here in AZ. There's a lot of case centers. Heard good things. Yes, you have. There is the thing with ketamine is like don't do too much. I know there's a limit. I'm never gonna hit that limit again. It's over $100. I don't really do that much of it. But you can have it on its own. You can have it with Mary Jane. It is phenomenal. It makes me like so happy. Not like happy, like everything like is content, but sort of like that I love you man type of thing without being high because it's an upper, but it gives me anxiety so bad I have to be by myself when I did it. I could not have anybody else around. So it's weird to like want to be around people, but then have the anxiety so bad that you have to be by yourself. It's been a few years, but that's how it was for me. I would do that again in a second. But yeah, if I could get ketamine more often, I'd be happy because my back would feel better. If I could get Percocet, I would be fine. Oh, Nightcock, they are the quote unquote magic mushrooms, aka shrooms. We had them all over here in Florida in the cow pastures. They're becoming fewer places to get them here now. Yeah. Oh, I would try those too. I heard they don't taste good, but I there's ways to get around that. Nightcock, you can get like rice cakes and spores and grow them yourself. Not medical advice. Yeah, yeah. I don't have a green thumb anyway. That's all right. Kara, someone knocked on the door. Who the fuck? Oh, Girl Scout cookies in December? I think you look like the Loch Ness Monster. Papa Groovy, I do miss watching houses turn into gingerbread. Yeah, all the homes turn into gingerbread. Oh, J5000, glad you made it. Oh, Patrick, we get magic mushrooms here in Britain for only 2 months of the year. Lots of farmers now spray with fungicides, party poopers. Oh, they don't know how to have a good time. Too many stoners in the fields at night. Like they wake up at 2 in the morning to giggling, shotgun. Get off my land, you goddamn stoners! And all you hear is like Sublime playing off in the distance. With your fucking reggae music. Oh, real quick, Frank did say this. Oh, I've actually I kind of want to mention this because I did say I can't remember anything from last December. No, except one thing, and that was bad. But thanks to YouTube and Frank, I've remembered two things from last year, I think. One of them I'm sure of. One of them is I know for a fact because the last couple of years I bought the Wizard of Oz on purpose because I heard that they used to watch the CBS played the Wizard of Oz back in the day around Christmas time, so I watch it on Christmas. I must have watched it on Christmas last year. I'm almost 100% sure I did. So I remember two things from December, and then Frank said, "Okay, this is what Frank's gonna do this New Year's Eve, December 24th. There's not going to be a 7 p.m. show on his channel, but he will be going live at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So, like for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. And all he does is it's a call-in show. He's at his house in Studio B, and folks just call in. Hey Frank, Happy New Year's. Good wishes for you and your family. Happy 2025, stuff like that. So, I think he did it last year. He must have. Why wouldn't he have? Or the year before. I don't know if I could stay up that late. I don't remember that, but I know he's done it before. So that's like three things I remember. So, but that is for something Frank is gonna do. I'll be live at 7 p.m. on the 24th. I don't know if I can stay up till 11:30. I'll try, but Frank will be live doing that from his home studio. So, set an alarm on your phone. Oh, Nightcock saying to Patrick, yeah, the farmers have been doing that here for years. They don't know what those farmers don't know what they're missing. King 40 damn straight to Patrick. Get them filthy animals. They're invading your country out. I heard that. Every country needs a good spring cleaning, from about 3 years ago. 4 years ago. J5000, my friend just mentioned having ketamine injected in her spine, and I was blown away. Now you guys are talking about it. Would not do needles. No, 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 no. No, we do not do needles. That stuff comes in a powdery, rocky type way. That's the way I'm taking it. Like a street. If they find a way to turn it into a pill, I'll rail it. But I'm not, you're not I don't do needles. That's gay. Lone Yukon, what's up? Dorothy dropped her spoon. Yeah, that chick was just, she got into a poor little Dorothy Gale got into some spores and was just tripping balls for an evening, and that's how he got the Wizard of Oz. Do you ever watch The Wizard of Oz? Pay very close attention. It's literally the last scene, and she's, so happy to be home. And then Aunt M can't like it this like Dorothy Judy Garland says her last line, and before the screen can fade to black, Aunt M is standing up like she can't get out of the shot fast enough. Look out for that. It's literally the last thing you see before the end. It's there. Like, damn, okay, is this like, not the best take? Do we got to do another take? Is this the last take of the whole movie? Do we get to go home? It took like a year to film that. Lone Yukon, the aliens are here. They look like trannies. That's why that look got popular. That's why the too much plastic surgery look got popular. Those are tranny. Those are aliens. You can't tell them apart. Patrick, we had a stoner shop where you could buy shrooms from all around the world. Then the government classified them as Class A drugs. Yeah, they took all the drugs home with them. Jenna, how's it going? Yeah, been listening but couldn't type. Understandable. Jenna, yeah, that's cool. I might have hit you up sometime. Oh, Yukon, you were there, and you were there. Yeah, everybody's pretty much getting along. I got into the Christmas cookies the other night. Haven't gotten into the eggnog yet. It was messed up because I had like half a gallon of eggnog that expired on the 19th, but then my stuff expires on like the 26th. But it's only like a half of a gallon, quart, something like that. I don't cook. King 40, I like the Whiz better. Them dancing Cappy Negroes was good. I was thinking, I don't know if I've seen that. Oh man. Oh, they're having a good time. Yeah, so I can remember 3 things from December. That blows my mind. Oh, Yukon Dorothy pointing out who all she saw in her trip. Yeah. Oh man, because the thing is, that's always going to be a popular subject. It's always on YouTube, and then this time of year, you're gonna see more recommended. And I've probably seen most of the videos about it because, like, each one is going to tell you something you never knew before, and that movie was a nightmare to film with the different directors and reshoots, and there's stuff that's not in it that. Oh, I don't know where this is. Kind of don't look it up unless you really do feel like crying. Because this got to me. And I'm not one of those, watch this video, it'll make you cry things. But I watched this and I'm like, I'm glad they cut it out of the film or I would have been traumatized. Because it's Dorothy after she's captured by the Wicked Witch does a reprise of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And it's Judy, and she's on the verge of tears the whole time she's singing it, and it just breaks my heart. If I would have saw that as a kid, I'd be afraid to watch that movie as an adult. She's just that good of an actress. I'm an adult. I was devastated. I just watched that within a year, not too long ago. It's out there somewhere. Check it out. The only time I will not like if reviews about a movie is so bad, I'll take it out of my watch history. If they talk about like Judy Garland and they start doing stuff like calling her oldest daughter like Lisa, or like they will get her children's names wrong. If you get like the year she was born wrong, I'm like, no, you didn't do your research. You don't know shit about this. You fucking zoomer. Jenna, I did see some UAPs. Um, uh, oh, what are those? Oh, Lone Yukon. Yeah. By the way, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Yeah. This was my question because okay. Love finds Andy Hardy from the 30s. 38. I always forget that it takes place during Christmas time because they're probably in California. but like there is Christmas, like there's a Christmas tree, they give each other gifts, they say Merry Christmas, and then so like this could like low key be considered a Christmas movie. I would hazard, I would go that far to say uh it doesn't have to be considered a Christmas movie. Maybe it's more to just start a fight with people who don't think it is. I always forget there's Christmas in there, but I'm like, wait, why are they going away again? How come there's no snow? Oh, right, everything's Californian, perfect, 'cause it's the 30s. Scott, what's up? Ease on down the road. Oh, damn. King 40. Diana Ross is a hot hoe too. Heaux, the French spelling. Yeah, absolutely Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I've never seen the second one, but Die Hard with a Vengeance is incredible. Jeremy Irons. Let me see. And then, of course, there's a link to GrayStillPlays.com if you're interested in Gray Still Plays merch. You don't have to buy merch to support a channel. All you have to do is subscribe and like the content, and that's still worth more than shirts or anything else. That's still amazing. Nightcock saying that my take on the drones, the quote unquote, is if they were someone or something spying, then they would not have bright, flashy lights on them. Jenna's saying, don't laugh, but my favorite Christmas Hallmark movie is Miss Christmas, Miss Christmas. Have not seen that. I don't know if I've seen any Hallmark films. Um, like maybe as a kid I might have, but like as an adult, I certainly have not gone out of my way to watch any. I am the type of person though, like I follow say like actors or film score people, so I will watch. I have seen some of the damn silliest films that like I would never watch normally, but it's literally just because of certain actors in it or just because somebody did the score. So I don't say follow like drama or horror or action, anything like that specifically. It just whatever an actor's done. So if they've done kids movies, I've seen that. If they've done dramas, if they've played a killer pervert type guy, I was like, oh, he was like a dad in that movie. Now he's some kind of pervert. Ew. So like I will watch people like that. Pardon me, my nose is a little bit drippy. It's just the tiniest bit cold enough to make my nose run. Dorothy does Oz, LOL. Yeah, maybe the adult version, the PH or the OF version of Wizard of Oz. Patrick saw an adult version of the Wizard of Oz. The Munchkin scene was disturbing to say the least. See, that is exactly why I would avoid any adult parodies of the Wizard of Oz because I'm not into midgets. That's kind of gross to me. Somebody like if that's your thing is into sleeping with midgets, I would check your browser history for you searching for things with minors. Like, why do you want to be with somebody who's the size of a Chucky doll unless you have a thing for minors? Creepy. Not my thing. You got to be guys. You want to be at least 5'7". I mean, they make them smaller, but like get some platform shoes. Do something. Wear pants that go all the way to the floor so we can't see your shoes. It gives the illusion of height. Do what you can, but don't be smaller than that if you can help it. Jenna, a theory is government drones with flashing lights are investigating the orbs. Oh yeah, the orbs. Frank shared a picture of something flying in the sky, and I zoomed in on it, and it honestly just looked like a misshapen, like one of those candy pumpkins you get at Halloween with like a red and green, a green and red light next to it. Lone Yukon. I keep rocks in my pockets. Gets windy up here. Yeah, dude. Sometimes it's so windy. I don't know what to do because we got apartment buildings in this huge parking lot. So the wind actually they tore down a fence and put up another fence. They tore down a chain link fence to put up a solid white fence you can't see through, so it's very claustrophobic. I don't know what that's gonna do with the snow and the wind this year. But then I'll go out to Walmart. That's just an even bigger parking lot. So it's like, how am I do I like climb onto every car to get to the door, and then it like just let the cart blow with my stuff in it to get out to the I don't know what wind speed that I have to start leaning into the wind, but it honestly becomes a problem when you get down to a certain size. Like tall guys wouldn't know what that's like. Maybe Frank does because he's 9 feet tall. Never asked. J5000, 'tis the season for carrying tissues in your pockets. I know that's right. Or like you're fine, but then you have to sneeze and suddenly it's an issue. Scott, I'm gonna go looking for orbs and drones tonight if I can stand the cold. See, that's what they want you to do. They want you to stand outside in the cold so you catch a cold. Don't do that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, J5000, gotta go feed the family. That's cool. We'll be here. Yeah, let me see how much battery power I've got. And let me put it on the charger. Don't freeze up on me. I'm not gonna touch anything. I got the water away from it. Not gonna have a repeat. Honestly, like the technical difficulties last time, that was a Mercury retrograde thing, and I went back and checked. I haven't had technical difficulties like that since Virgo, like the beginning of September. So that's not too bad. And then it messed with my brightness. I went back to look. I'm like, why did it look so dark before? But it was just, I don't know why it tweaked with my brightness. I didn't do that. It did that. That wasn't me. Oh, Jenna, I live outside of Philly, so I've been seeing them. Jenna, you might be near Wally and Arden. Yeah, I haven't seen any orbs, but then again, I don't really look outside unless I have to. Uh, Thursday. But did I go back too far? Oh, I did go back too far. Okay, sorry. Monday. Oh, Bluegrass Attic. How's it going? Glad you made it. Yeah, Monday. This was December 9th, so just a week ago, earlier this week. That was this week, right? Feels like it. Yeah, okay, it was. Okay, it's coming back to me. Yeah, so Robin McCutcheon was on, and of course I can never see anything when she's on because she must get a personalized Christmas card from her electric company every December because she's got lava lamps, she's got stuff that lights up, she's got stuff that flashes, she's got stuff that just moves around on its own, then she's got a room behind her, and then there's lights back there. It's too much movement and flashing, so pat on, couldn't see anything. But that was she was talking about basically just based curriculum for schools. I don't know what they do teach children in schools, but let's just like yeah, Jenna, like she's a who like I like her. I just can't look at her screen when she's on because of all the movement. But everything sounded good and just uh the only thing I really know about schools nowadays is about 5 years ago, I was talking with a few of us were in Discord. This is how long ago it was. And one of the girls, her daughter was there. And she's I don't know if she was a teenager, just almost a teenager around that age, but we were talking about like subjects in school, and I'm like, yeah, they still teach English in school, right? Like, yeah, sure they do, of course. And then then her daughter chimes in, she's like, well, it's called language arts. Of course it is. It's like, thanks for telling me that. That's one of the dumbest. She didn't name it. It's not her fault. I didn't say this to her, but I'm thinking that is so stupid. Language arts, like drawing your letters all fancy. Jenna, schools are corrupt, lol. Yeah, it's just daycare for we really need to go back to having a society where like the fellas can work so the wives can stay at home to raise the children, to teach them to be based so they're not getting brainwashed and exposed to pedophilia on a daily basis, just trying to get an education and like eat good food. But that's when Frank was talking about I don't know if Frank brought it up, but because we brought it up in the chat room first, and then Frank tweeted it the next day. But like the Frankly coin, like a Bitcoin, it was Frankly coin, or we can use pants as currency, something like that. We could get that going. And then like literally the next day, Frank like tweeted as like Frankly coin, like it's like a handful of the wooden nickels. It's like, oh my god, we said that not even 24 hours ago. But this is the night when that lady from Arizona called in and she just loved Frank and she's like, "Oh, my son's a drummer too and I want to adopt you and all this kind of thing." And Frank's mom was in the chat room, just happened to be there at the time. She's like, "Well, you can't have him." And I'm like, "Oh, hell no." She's like, "Where at in Arizona?" The fight was going to break out. But that lady, she was, just like complimenting Frank about stuff he does. She's like, "Oh, and I love your little setup there. I love those bubble candles." Like lava lamps? I've never heard that before. Never in my life have I heard a lava lamp called anything. I heard it called something else in the Dark Shadows movie from 2012. That's it. No spoilers. But bubble candles. I thought that was so cute. I had to write that down. Bubble candles. I guess it does bubble up and it lights up like a candle. There's no flame, so that's not incorrect. I thought that was just too cute. Jenna, yeah, women's movement messed up everything. IMO. Women need to be home and the men working. Yep, same. That's how I feel about it. King 40. Robin is a good old traditional white lady. Nothing wrong with that. Damn straight. That's what I would love. I would love to have nothing to do all day except like clean and cook. And I was not that kind of person growing up. I'm like literally a 180 of the way I used to be in a lot of ways. But like there's nothing I would love to do more. Like I love going live. I would never stop doing the show and going to, quite frankly, don't get me wrong, but okay, the husband's at work, so I've spent the whole day from the time I got up like, well, this needed to be clean, that needed to be clean, gotta get dinner going, go to the show. Like that sounds perfect to me. Although in Yukon, I lived in Oceanside, New Jersey when I was a kid. My folks OD'd on clams off the beach. Can't stand chowder since. Ooh, yeah, I don't do seafood. Oh, yeah, that's right. She did. Patrick's talking about saying to King 40 about Robin. She was on fire the other night, a bit taken aback when she cussed. Yeah, she did swear at one point. Like, oh my God. Moon Bunny, I could use a vacay where some deep forests are. I was born and raised in Michigan. Oh, yeah, it's so nice being around big trees. Oh, and I guess Scott was there from 97 to 2001 ish. Oh, good years. King 40, I worked my ass off for brainwashed broads. Ugh. Jenna, damn straight, homeschool the kids too. You need 3 hours a day to homeschool kids because I was homeschooled for that last year there, and it certainly was not an all day thing. It was like probably 3 hours, a few hours. It kind of just depended on what we were doing. It's not, well, how long is school? Like 8 hours of sitting at a wooden desk all day? It was great, and that's when I found out I like to learn. I was watching the History Channel back when they talked about history. Exactly, King 40 that thought they were in charge. Not like nothing is more unattractive than some bitchy woman with some little, it's not even a man. It's just the guy with a penis that she brings around with her and wears his last name in his ring. That's no kind of woman at all. Like you're not a girl boss. You're not serving. And of course, that's not every situation. Of course, there are still, bad men out there who are probably going to treat their women like crap. That is going to happen, of course, just like how there's, bad women who treat their men like crap. But the guys don't say anything about it because, nobody's going to believe them. I know that's right, Patrick. If there's 10 trees together in England, we call that a forest. Yeah. It's so everything is just so close together. They got if it one thing you notice when you start looking at UK stuff versus US stuff, like US stuff, a lot like like we got our big old pizzas and our big old soda bottles and our big old everything. But like the UK, they kind of have the same stuff, but it's all like their soda bottles are really skinny, but they're super tall because all the space is like that. There's just not room for stuff. So like how are you fat in England when all the doors are literally this wide? Like look at the doors. It like they're that you almost got to turn sideways to get in. Like you can't be 300 pounds and going through that. At least the older buildings, they big make bigger stuff now for people who've been Americanized. Everything's so small and skinny there, and just have to make room for everything. King 40. No one loves women more than me. Yeah, see, that's you got to know yourself to know how to treat the other sex. Like women can't be men, men can't be women. Again, there's nothing more unattractive. Like I hate seeing this on Tumblr. Like, why do like guys get off on like they want a girlfriend who's like 6'5", who's like a wrestler, so she can I don't know give him piggyback rides and body slam him into bed. Like you sound so much like a bitch when you talk about that being your ideal kind of woman. Like how many Viagra do you have to take just to jack off for 3 minutes? Lone Yukon. Oh, that's because tiny UK hands make everything look bigger. Oh, sweet bluegrass addict. Today was a great day. I got myself a new pellet smoker grill and 2 tickets to the Billy Strings concert. F yes. King 40, I love women for who they are. I don't want them to be me or compete with me. Right. It's just, like there's things guys are good at, there's things women are good at. Do those things. You don't need to try to cross over. Do the, like, I mean, it's okay if a guy knows how to cook and sew stuff like that. It's okay if a girl knows how to, like, fix a car, but you don't have to be I'm fixing the car, husband. Get out of the way. I know what I'm doing. Like, why don't you, we need dinner first, lady. Why don't you do that thing and I'll do this thing? If I need help, I'll call you. Oh, Patrick, but at least there are no gaps in our toilet doors, Nikki, so no peeing. No peeping, sorry. Yeah, see, I don't like that. I wish I would have poked this child in the eye because I was in the bathroom, the ladies' bathroom, at work and it was a water park, so some women thought they could bring their sons in the bathroom, and all these little future pedophiles did was like peek in the doors. I didn't have my knife then. I wish I would have poked that little faggot in the eye. I should have went off. Scott, a woman who can tear your dick off. Yeah, like only in an argument, not like playfully. That's not sexy. Do you really want her like your woman down there with her King Kong hand on your? Yeah, that looks really sexy. Your woman's got more of a mustache than you do. And there's the fella drinking wine and eating chocolate once a month. Like, what's your problem? I watched the Notebook. Oh, this fucking fat. Like, I don't know how. Like, it's a how could he respect that and go to sleep every night sleeping next to that? King 40. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jenna, Lorena Bobbitt, yeah. Now, how did that fight come about? I used to know, like, did he cheat on her, or she just woke up one day and decided he doesn't need this? It's been so long I've forgotten. I remember that being that was everywhere. Talking about throwing that dick everywhere. She's like, well, I don't have a dick, but fling. Oh man, that went like 50 feet. Where's the where? I have not thought about them or there for years. Where are they now? Like, how's his penis? Did he did he find it? Did he just get a just tie a stick on the end? Just kind of like melt both ends like wax and then glue them together. Well, why are we not? Oh, he was abusive. He had it coming then. Yeah, Jenna. That's the least of what he deserved. And I'm surprised that the trannies don't like like tout him as the first. Like oh he's one of us. Patrick think he was playing around. Yeah. Oh, you don't need this anymore. Yeah, that is right, Lone Yukon. Yeah, he cheated. He got his sewn back on and went into pornos. Yeah, yeah. I never looked him up. I'll look for like the one guy like with the seam like around the base. Like, I know this guy. I saw his dick on the news. Yeah, Tuesday, Frank had. I wrote down the shot has more lights. That must have been when he added those twin towers into the shot. Yeah, that was not a good day. Shorty, yeah. But Frank played the clip, and this was so like I'm like, why do I know this clip so much? But the lady is describing Stubbs, Lone Yukon. This guy's awfully blunt. Oh, it's him. Oh, I see why. But it was the bagel story. Some lady's smearing cream cheese on her bagel, and this dude's complimenting, like, I wish I was that bagel. That's something Frank played like at least 10 years ago. That's why there's that clip of Mark Swan talking, like, eating a bagel. Frank's played that. It used to always be on. He played it once in the last maybe year. And it's like, oh my God, that's Mark Swan. That's the old that used to be. I haven't seen, he has not played that blunt. Smoke blunts. This guy's like, oh, sorry, yeah. Hey, fellas, don't cheat. Because that's something I would do. Like, oh, you're running around while you're rolling solo. Stop crying. It's called karma. Okay, yeah, here we go. Wednesday, that's when like yeah, I got my shirt showed up. I bought all like the Christmassy stuff. I'm surprised I had everything in stock that I wanted that day. That usually never happens. But oh, okay, here's when the surprises started. Yeah, it was the same day because Jay Dyer was on. Now, I do like Jay Dyer. Again, Capricorn. Uh I don't know where to begin. It didn't always used to be this way, I don't think, but somewhere along the line, it got to be that every time Jay Dyer was on, quite frankly, about every minute he would have to clear his throat, clear his voice. And he would do it for the entire interview, whether he was on for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. And I can't continue to listen to that. I have tinnitus. So what I would do, I would give him three. And after I heard three voice clears, he would go on mute. So I would just be looking at him the whole time. And he's not bad to look at. But the thing he does is he always has, I've shown you before, he's always got too much headspace because he wants you to see his books. I don't want to see your books. I want to see, I don't care what's behind you. I want to see the person talking. So like you see him from like here to here. And it's like, can you tip it down just a little, because we can't read the books he has. We don't know what they are. It's not Lord of the Rings. It's not A Song of Ice and Fire. We don't care what they are. So can you just tip it down a little bit? Like, because we can't see down your shirt. It's not like we're getting a tit shot of him. But I can imagine. Well, while I'm not listening to this because there's too much throat clearing. So that's just how it's been for the last few years. So like he's on, he's nice to look at, too much headspace. It is what it is. So that's what I was thinking was going to happen. I'm like, great, I've got all this stuff that I wanted, but I'm going to, quite frankly, tonight, I won't be able to hear it and I won't be able to see it. So I'll just be in the chat room. So I was ready to be stressed out. But we get there and I had the remote. I was ready to put it on mute. Can I tell you that not one single time did this man clear his voice, clear his throat ever? And you can go back and watch it. It didn't happen once. I was there for the whole thing, and I was looking at the books. I was looking for A Song of Ice and Fire. I was looking for a Lord of the Rings. It's not up there. He doesn't have Hannibal. But I could hear the whole thing. So I'm like, oh my God, this has not happened in years. I cannot remember the last time I've been able to hear this whole man's interview. And he only does it for, quite frankly, because somebody shared a clip of him on, but it was like a clip like somebody shared on Twitter. And Jay was on talking about something else on another show. Didn't clear his voice once. So I don't know why he was only doing it for, quite frankly. So but that's in the past now, hopefully, because he's not doing it now. I don't know if he like stopped smoking. I don't know what happened, but can he keep doing that? Can you drink some hot water with honey in it like I do? Can you please stop? So that happened. It was a miracle. And I'm glad because we learned something. I did not know this. South Park did not tell me this. I didn't know what Easter was about until South Park did an episode about it in 2006. But apparently, pasta Easter. We're supposed to have pasta on Easter. I thought we had ham or something like that. Nobody told me that. Not an Italian person, not Mario and Luigi. Nobody. But I guess pasta on Easter is a thing. So we could have lasagna and watch Easter parade. So that's the thing. Whenever Easter is, that's the plan. Pasta Easter. Italian Jesus. So like the same guy, just with his hair slicked back. Let's read the chat room here. Stats show women are happier or living alone. LOL. Males are mammals. Mate and move on. Although new con say stats show the same for men, Jenna. Guess the only thing men and women agree on is that they don't like women. Damn straight. I worked with women for 8 years. They can all get fucked. Like probably 5, not even 5. We're totally decent, totally cool. Like I would like hang out with those chicks again. That's it. The rest of them are not worth the skin they're printed on. They're all mysteries of the unexplained from Time Life, Scott Aaron says. Patrick, if you don't want your man to sleep around, just slip the stone in his shoe. It'll make him limp. Like, ooh, I don't want to sleep with that crippled bastard. Who wants to hook up with Quasimodo? Oh, King 40, I am the oldest child of 2 middle children. So you know I've seen some fucked up shit. Ugh. Jenna, I'm the oldest of 3 kids. King 40, I had to parent them. Yeah. I hate when that happens. The parents are just not there or just don't care. They think the kids raise the kids. Or you get me where the TV, like that my parents expected the TV to raise me. It did. Jen, I always got along with men better than women. Like I always had more guy friends. I mean, like I hung around with, women and like when I like kids and stuff like that. But like as an adult, since I was funny, a lot of women just don't get comedy. You have to be intelligent to get comedy, and some women just don't get it. And there's no excuse for that when you're younger. Like I understand like maybe older women not getting it because they like maybe they did spend their time raising their kids and like cooking and cleaning and doing stuff like that, so they didn't have time for it. I can respect that. But when you're younger and you're just that dumb, you just don't get jokes. I just don't have any time for. Honestly, when I grew up, a lot of the girls were just sluts. because it was the 90s and society was telling them that it's okay to not have a man. And jump ahead now, and children are basically retarded because they only have one slut that was, they didn't even raise them, they let the iPad raise them. So that's what was going on with chicks when I was a kid. And I did meet some like funnier, like worthwhile ladies, like when I, like grew older, stuff like worked with them and stuff like that. But on the whole, I'm glad I'm not a guy because I'd be a bastard because most of these chicks are just no. I see, women, they say men should respect women, but women need to give men something to respect. So I think this came up in either here or in the Quite Frankly chat room. Like, if you're a chick and you got 3 or 4 kids by 3 or 4 different guys, like no man wants to marry you. Like you don't care about yourself. You expect some guy to care about you, and all these strangers' kids you got floating around your house. No, he respects himself too much for that. Do you really want some guy to lower himself down to raise to basically raise you and your kids because you didn't grow up? Oh yeah, Scott Aaron, which holiday are we supposed to have the blood orgy on according to South Park? Christmas, the Woodland Critter Christmas. It's almost. I used to know the song. I haven't heard that in a while though. But yeah, the Woodland Critter Christmas. Great. I don't know if it's actually on Christmas or New Year. No, it was on Christmas, wasn't it? It's been a while. Might be wrong, but it's Woodland Critter Christmas. I know that. I kind of like. I can think of some of the quotes, but I don't know if it's stuff that I'm gonna have to edit out in a year or two when the channel's monetized. So I don't want to say anything I remember from it. Jedi women were saying, if men can sleep around, so can we. I can't do that. I've got to like know somebody like their birthday and their middle name and like stuff they like to do, and whether or not they've had any shots in the last 4 years, if they smoke, stuff like that. I've got, yeah, exactly that. Hail Satan. That was so like because it was like what, like a 2 or 3 parter, and it gets so far along, and at one point Stan's just like, oh, like this cannot go on for so long. Uh, Wait, does that work out? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember something I haven't seen in like 10 years. It's good, but I think it's more. Is it a 2-parter? I feel like it's a 2-parter. Either that, or maybe they revisited those characters later. And then I haven't watched South Park since about uh maybe 2000. Um, at some point they stopped being funny, and so I stopped going back. I would like to catch up though. I've heard that they kind of got back together with the comedy thing since I was there from the beginning, but I don't know what they've done the last few years. I don't think they've been canceled. King 40, all you broads saying you get along better with men. It's the same with me. I get along better with broads. And some people do. But some women, like, yeah. But, like, on the whole, no, because I will, like, reference things that, like, I'll reference, like video games and movies that folks haven't seen. Or I'll, reference, quite frankly, and if people don't go there, they just don't know. So, uh, we don't have like I didn't spend my teenage years being a slut. Well, I never spent any time being a slut. So I don't I can't relate to NPCs. If you're up there hoeing and you got knocked up and you had a kid, you're not a mother. Mothers are married, or they attempted to be married. You might have had to get divorced, it happens, but there was marriage involved. If you can't do that, you're just baby's kids. Okay, yeah, we're trying to figure out what the Santa Claus was, and then Patrick said, "Goodness, my handwriting." Okay, what it is, Santa Claus spends all night looking for that missing E. So you can't sue him if he doesn't deliver presents on that day because it was busy. So that's the Santa Claus. Scott Aaron, I fell off the South Park train around 2007, I think. Yeah, yeah, get back on. Because what happened? They didn't start getting shaky until 2016, the season that started with the member berries. They were serializing the episodes, and while that worked in 2014, it did not work in 2015. So what happened in 2015 is they started a lot of running quote unquote jokes that were not funny, and it started with member berries. Not funny. That whole season was a struggle to get through. The following season got a bit better, but then after that it just no. And I remember that because they were in Copenhagen at the same time I was in 2016, and I'm like, wow, what a coincidence. King 40, maybe because they can sense that I actually do love and respect them. I mean, maybe it comes through. I don't know. It could. It's just because you can't really tell through a computer. That's something you can really only tell when you like talk to somebody in person. Jenna slept with one man before I got married. LOL. BRB, I hear something outside. It's that guy. It's that first guy. He's here? I heard you talking about me. Yeah, yeah. Well, if I wanted you, I'd still have you. So get out of here. And that's when Wayne called in because the night before Tuesday, Frank had mentioned Wayne, and he's like 90, and he's always at the chat room at the start of the show, like before it even begins. And one day he wasn't there for a few days, and everybody noticed, but then he did come back, and we're like, oh my God, what was it? And it was just internet was out. So he was, fine. But yeah, so he called in. It was like way at the end of the show, and he's going to be 91 March 30th. He's an Aries. I don't know if I already knew that, but I wrote it down. So that was cool. Yeah, Wayne's always like he doesn't really like talk like during the show a lot, but if you get there before 7 p.m., he's in there talking and saying hi to everybody. King 40, don't judge a broad on how many men she slept with because well, I know what you guys have to go through sometimes from scumbags. It just, there's um, I guess it just depends. Yeah, you really can't. I mean, some people will it just happens like that. It's different if it's one thing for like a chick to have like a few like or many boyfriends versus like, selling pussy, doing OnlyFans because you're just not a human being anymore. That's totally different. But then there's, like there whatever happened to the feminine mystique. Why not just like keep it you don't have to let everybody know your body count. You can, more than one. You can just say you're not a virgin and leave it at that. You don't unless they're writing your autobiography, you really don't have to, unless it's like, like maybe you tell your husband, like, hey, or your wife, be honest, but you don't have to tell the world that. You can lie. I've only slept with 2.5 people. If you're, into midgets. Well, and you kind of judge based on how many boosters she may not have gotten. Yeah, I'm certainly not gonna touch a vaxer. He's like, oh no, you like shots? Yeah, let me have the Zells check your history. I'm sure you're not a pervert. Scott, yeah, as long as she didn't do 101 guys in one day. That blows my mind because, like, having sex with 100 guys in one day, do you know the videos I've scrolled past with titles like that on websites that are not YouTube? Like, it's sad that that doesn't surprise me. Because when Frank brought it up, I'm thinking, oh man, that's just, that's a slow day for her. She's trying to get up to like 1K. She's gonna sleep with 100K guys before I get up to 100K subs. I get some money for it so she can. Yeah, now she does want to do the 1K. Yeah, like I hope she's getting paid for it so she can pay for all the STDs she's gonna get from that, the AIDS and the treatments and the follow. Like, don't be sad about it later. Don't turn around in 10 years and try to get married and have kids. Like nobody wants that. Nobody, like, no guy wants to get down there and have so much space you can stick a recliner in there. It's like I thought we were having sex. Now I feel like I'm in a tiny apartment. Pure blood here, damn straight, Jenna. Yeah. No, because if you do have pure blood and you go around swapping fluids with a vaxxer, then you that's how you catch it's the exact same thing as dealing with zombies from The Walking Dead. They get their blood on you, they scratch you, they bite you, you're infected. Nobody ever got cured on The Walking Dead. Go back and watch that whole show like I did. You can't come back from it. I do want to tell you, like, not right now, but there are two of the most disgusting stories I have ever heard in my entire life. Came from, quite frankly, within the last 4 years. And they do have to deal with that. So yeah, if I was married to a guy, like I think you would know even before 2020 if you were married to an NPC, but this one lady seemed to have not. Uh, and you know how I feel about divorce, but you can't be swapping, you can't be staying with the zombies. So it's like, we got to do the divorce thing. It King 40 if frauds judge me on my body count. They wouldn't want to talk to me. There's a lot that goes into that with both sexes. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, some guys sleep with a lot of ladies. Some don't. I wasn't there. I'm not sitting there, like judging the situation. I don't know. Jenna, it bothers me when I know someone sleeps around with many because I'm also sleep with anyone they slept with. Yeah, it's like, oh, like like what if you and your best friend are both hoes, and then like oh, I slept with him too. He's no good. Like, oh, you liked him. Oh, yeah. That's yeah. That's gross. And then you become I know with guys, if guys both sleep with the same lady, they become wiener cousins. I don't know what the lady version of that is. Now, no, see, this was the show. It was Wednesday. It was like 8:10, 8:11. Frank's like, there's no show tomorrow. I was like, because what had happened was, like I said, I had gotten this sheet ironed in record time. But I was so pissed off and I was doing it that I know the next time I go to iron it, it was just gonna pull up those bad memories again. So I couldn't go live for 20 minutes just to fold this up, put it away, and pull it back out because what I would have had to end up doing was pull it back out Thursday morning to iron it for that night. But I didn't have to do that. It was already sitting up. So, like, I mean, people in the chat room were like, "Are you gonna go live, Nikki?" I'm like, "Yeah, I will." I'm thinking, could have been so much worse. I literally just have to pull everything at Wiener Cousins. Yeah, I didn't come up with it. That's what it's called. Like vagina cousins, pussy cousins, but vag relations. I don't know what the lady version of that is. They just end up calling them hoes, but there must be a girl version of that. But yeah, wiener cousins is the thing. So Frank's because Frank was gonna like tweak the background some more, so he needed another day. So there was no proper 7 p.m. show on Thursday, but he was like, "Well, I might go live from the studio for just a hot minute to show you around." Or, he was planning on maybe going live for an hour and just chatting, but then he had tweeted around in the 6 o'clock hour talking about in the 5 or 6 o'clock hour, he's like, "Well, it kind of took a little bit longer than I thought, so just not gonna go live." That's just kind of what it was. So me thinking like good because I don't have to fire this up and pay attention to something because I didn't know what time it was going to be. I was not in the right headspace for it. But that didn't happen, so I got to avoid that until It was like 6:03, and YouTube chimes off, and quite frankly's live. And I'm like, and most of the stuff's set out ready to go. Like, do I really want to go to this when I'm gonna be live in less than an hour and like everything heating up? But it was well, it's my Frank's dad, something about Lyndhurst. So I was like, well, I'm all about Frank's dad, so let's see what's going on. Something was telling me I had to be there and see this. So you can't watch it on your phone because if you pause the video, you can't chat. And you really even can't see when you chat because like the words are white, and then like so if there's something white going on in the background, you can't see what anybody said. So I had to fire this thing up. While I was doing that, they were showing it was like a white Christmas tree and all the decorations were purple. So like the shiny balls and the garland and anything else on it was purple. So I'm like, that's cool. Oh, Kitty Cousins, Scott Aaron was saying, Kitty, kissing Kitty Cousins, Lone Yukon, something like that. Yeah. So finally got everything fired up, and I saw some other folks were there talking about it, like, hey, Nikki's going to be going live at 7. I'm thinking, yeah. So there they are, and because I think they were just there for Thanksgiving, and Frank's dad decorates every single room, so every room has a Christmas, even the bathroom has a Christmas tree, and there's decorations around the lights. The entire every single room is done up to the nines, and then I think they might have velvet ropes in front of them so you don't walk inside and touch stuff. Because it's the Lyndhurst estate. It's in Tarrytown, New York, and Frank's walking through this building, and it's like, I know they were just there, but there's something about this place that it's just sort of like rubbing me in a certain way that why do I know this place more than just this one other time Frank showed it to us, sometime earlier that year, this year. Like, why is this so familiar? I don't know, but it was bothering me. And then they finally get into a dining room, this long dining room table. Well, like the dining room itself is like a rectangle. It's like, why is this room so familiar? Why does it feel like I've actually been here before in different lighting? It was so unnerving to have that feeling. But I'm like, ugh. So it just, and I do get that feeling sometimes, often, just having a bad memory. But so I had that going on. It's like this building is familiar. Okay, like look around, look at the don't look at the decorations, look at the building itself. So that's what I did. It's like, okay, no Christmas trees. You just imagine like stuff in here. I know this building. Where do I know it from? Maybe I haven't been here, but I've seen it. And then Frank goes and he like pans across. It's like this white floor, but where like the tiles match up, there are these blue diamonds. And I know that floor for a fact from Dark Shadows. Because they made 2 movies in the 70s. It's in at least one of them earlier on, like I think in the first 20 minutes of the film. I'm like, I know that floor. Like, no two places can have that exact same floor unless like some buildings copy each other on purpose. So there I was. I wasn't going to Google anything, so there I was Googling it. I'm like, where do they film House of Dark Shadows? It's like, well, this was filmed in Tarrytown, New York, and the Lyndhurst. I'm like, what? So like I usually never scream, and quite frankly, but there I was, caps lock on it. Quite frankly, they shot the Dark Shadows movies here. Holy shit! And then I forgot which one I said, so I checked the other one because it's the same building for both. They just use different parts of it more and just this and that. It's like, that's where I know that building from. I watched both those movies. I know that place, so I lost my shit. And then after the fact, I realized that's my in to talk about Dark Shadows in context with, quite frankly, because now it all ties together. I never knew how I was going to tie those two things together and make it make sense, but Frank did it for me. So I knew I should have been at that show, and I was. So that's how we're going to... What I want to do, because it will be weird to talk about the movies before I talk about the TV show, since we're going to have all this time together at the end of the month, I would kind of like to, and in case somebody wants to skip it for spoilers, I was thinking about maybe like taking like 2 hours on one of those days and like maybe talking about the first movie for the first hour and the second movie for the second hour. That way, if somebody's totally not into Dark Shadows, they can just skip it. Or if they have seen it, they can watch it. Or if they don't care, they can watch it. Like how I watch reviews for movies, I never plan to sit through. Or like if I do watch it later on, I won't mind that I watch spoilers for it. So like to make that an option rather than say do two shows where say like I just talk about whatever in the first half and then review one movie in the second half and then another night do just whatever in the first half and review the second movie in the second half. That way you don't have to skip the end of two shows. It could just be in one. You can just skip or revisit later on. But I do want to talk about it. I watched both. I bought. Is one of them online? I bought physical copies. They couldn't have been that much. I watched them last year. They're both different. Took notes, but I do want to bring those up because you do need to go back and watch that. It's on YouTube. It's like 26 minutes and change. And Frank's dad is there explaining stuff and all that kind. Frank's dad, did want to say he looks so slim. We never see him stand up at the studio, and he's wearing like the suit jacket, and his shirt underneath is like the stripes. Dude looks hella slim. He looks skinnier than me. I was like, damn, that guy must work out. Patrick, a club I used to drink in, has hosted many an attempt to break the record for most sex liaisons. Most lots of blue movies made in my town. Wow. As long as they're keeping track and mopping up the floors, go for it. Oh, what to go to? Glad you made it. The sexual revolution, aka the sexual liberation, a social movement, morphed trad codes of behavior related to sexuality and interpersonal relationships throughout the West, late 1950s, mid 1970s. Jenna hippie times. Yeah. Jenna, I have a hard time picturing Frank's parents married. It's just like it kind of makes me think of like when two people are married, but they like each other and they like each other's stuff, but on the whole they kind of just do their own thing and they're okay with that. So like I imagine Frank's dad, he's doing like putting on plays and like doing dramatic stuff and all this stuff, and then his mom is just into like a softball and doing like more like a tomboy like outdoorsy stuff, but then at the same time they both like take the boys out and go do family stuff together. Like that, and they're both Capricorns too, but they both seem so different, and then but they're both full blown Capricorns, not on the cusp at all. That's the only that's how I see them. Like rather than let like one person, oh honey, do this with me, and the other one's like, oh, okay, I get. Like rather than like that, it's like, hey, I like this, you like that. Maybe sometimes we do stuff together, but we don't have to. We love each other. It's fine. Patrick, the club was struggling financially, so was a money maker for them. Yeah. Hey, you guys can have sex in here. Like, oh, well, let's get out of the rain. Gotta let us film it. For how much? That's a bowl of condoms sitting out there like those are mandatory. Uh. So yeah, and I know there's like a tower room up there. They probably didn't decorate that, but I know that. No, I want to watch those movies back and learn the lay of that. But the thing, I think that's what threw me off about it. Why I didn't recognize it at one point. This is a complaint I have about those films that will come up in the review is that they're so dark. Like one's darker than the other one, but like okay, like it's night, there's no lighting. Like it's nighttime outside, you can see they've got like maybe like one candelabra lit, it feels like, and maybe one guy holding a lighter off to the side. So like it's so dark in that film and so lit up and Christmassy in the real life thing that we just saw. So that's why I couldn't place it at first, but it was that floor. It was, I swear to God, it's that floor. It's Joan Bennett, she's like walking and you can see the floor for the first time. That's how I caught it. And if you want to watch them before I talk about them, just go check out House of Dark Shadows from 1970 and Night of Dark Shadows from 1971. I don't know if they're on YouTube. I don't know if they're on YouTube for free. I don't know if it's like one of those like buy to rent. I just bought the DVDs. If you don't want spoilers, I'll probably put in the title what it is so you can skip it. But if not, check them out. If you haven't watched Dark Shadows, don't watch the movie. Well, watch the entire series first, and then watch the movies. Unless you don't care about spoilers, it's up to you. It's up to you. It's not like they're bad. If you haven't watched, you can watch them on their own. It's not like they're bad movies. But if you're worried about spoilers, watch stuff in order. Uh, Wait, Wednesday, Thursday. Wait, that was Friday. Friday? Friday. Wait, no, what's today? Today's Saturday? Today's Saturday. Oh, that was Friday. Okay. I almost messed myself up. I wrote down FRI. Friday. Okay, Friday, the 13th. Yesterday. That was when. That was the actual miracle. That was the holy shit. Oh my God. Clouds parted, the sun came shining the fuck down through, and it wasn't bright because what has happened now is the shot is like on the very far side of the shot now is the lava lamp that has the black base with the yellow inside. That one doesn't have a name. And then Frank has almost in the center of the shot, Lorelai's there. And then he got rid of that Chrysler building light up thing, penis thing there, like that's gone. And that moon has been dimmed, like you can even tell on the wall it's a lot dimmer. You can tell it's the moon because you can see the details in it now. And then he's got the twin towers there that are basically in front of where like the light was, shining behind. But it's not like a giant circle on the wall. It's just like these two pillars that have like little light up windows. And then he's got in the window, it's like a street sign that says Franklin Street, and then there's like the little pump on the top that says Hudson Street. Like I think he's shown it to us before, but it's never been in the shop before, so that's in the window. Um, I could see it. I could see it. I could look at. I did not have to wear a hat last night at the show. I could look at the whole thing. And Frank had he had on uh uh Mike John sideburns. John Carroll, Mike from Maryland. He's Mike John sideburns because he has to see he legit has sideburns all the way down, and he should just keep growing them down his neck. I don't know if he's that hairy of a guy, but grow them all the way down your neck into your shirt because since he's the sideburns guy, I hope he knows he can never shave his sideburns. He's got to wear those until he's a gray old, like he can't shave his sideburns until after Frank dies because what if Frank wants him to come back on the show? He's a sideburns guy. So he has to wear them forever and nobody else can have sideburns. But he was on the show and I could see the whole thing. And I didn't know, I didn't expect that. I was honestly expecting to show up and have it just everything be like the brightest white you've ever seen in your entire life. So I was just going to keep the hat on forever. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Like something good happened. I don't. I don't know. I still have it's only been the one day, so let me see how I feel in a week. But that was an honest to the gods miracle because I thought I was never gonna see anything in the room again other than the actual chat room. But yeah, Lorelai's in the center of the shot, and I can see, and it's a real thing. It's an honest to the gods miracle because I would if that didn't happen, I would just be here sitting here shitty and jangly the way I was for my last show, but I'm not. It wasn't. It could have been a better day, but that's outside of what the show or any internet things. But that happened. I still can't wrap my head around it, but we're definitely on the upswing. As long as it doesn't get brighter, it's gonna be okay for the rest of the year. Oh, Jenna, did you hear the Vatican is going to open a door to release demons Christmas Eve? The demons are already out. That whole institution is evil. Whoever designed that AI Bible thing, that's demonic too. The drones are from Santa Claus. He just doesn't want to take the reindeer out, so he wants to see if the drones can go everywhere to drop off presents because he's just getting that lazy. That's what that's about. There was something about the Vatican's gonna open up some doors to do something on a day, and then somebody in the chat room was like, "Yeah, that sounds like pedophilia to me." I'm like, "Yeah, that's all that is," because we know what happens to children around holiday times from the cells. It's nothing good. All that means is the Vatican is gonna have a really big party, and if you're not under 18, you're not invited. And cardinals look like Campbell's soup cans. I can't take that seriously. Oh, and since money is not really backed by anything, we're gonna go on the honey standard, the money honey standard. I'm cool with that. I've got some honey right now. Yeah, they think they're so important, Jenna. Their new world order. Yeah, they just want to be more comfortable with doing things to minors. Yeah, everything always boils down to perverts having sex with women or children. Every time you hear about a big cult, big group, it's always a bunch of perverts having children with multiple wives, and then they start touching those children because they're creeps. I forget how this came about, but we were talking about Frank with a mustache, and I was thinking he should just get the like the Sam Elliott mustache, like you can't even see his mouth move, like that would be a good look. But he started the show talking about how like, oh, I want to get some more confirmation on this before I say anything. So he didn't let us know. Frank is a tease. If you didn't know that, he will tease things for years. So if you didn't know that, get used to it because it will. I've been around for almost 10 years. That's just how the man is. And we're not even in the bedroom with him. That's just him in public. But what happened was apparently he was trying to get some information about Captain Liberty, who apparently this is the guy when he was on the show he did kind of sound like Sam Elliott, so Frank would put a picture of Sam Elliott on the screen when he called in. um but I guess what had happened is the fella did end up passing away. I don't know from what. I don't know if he had been ill for a minute or anything like that, but then after the show Frank did tweet that he somebody was confirming that he is no longer with us. So definitely RIP to Captain Liberty because he is, well, he's still a Frankly, even though he's not, like walking around anymore. So he's up with the lava lamps up in the sky. Oh, King 40. Oh, sometimes YouTube will just straight up remove a comment, and like it happens to me too. I don't know if it's just having a glitch right now because they're trying to update things, so it happens. I haven't seen it say it's deleted anything on my side, so it could just be it just acting up. Or I'll screw up and I'll have it on top chat. I don't know if that messes me up or something like that. Uh, yeah, so RIP to Captain Liberty. Cool guy. It'd be nice if Frank could like find some calls of his to play back so we'd like remind folks if they don't, know who that is. And then Royal Orleans called in. He's from Twitch, and he did mention that there are still Twitch chatters over there when Frank's live. There is a link to Twitch, quite frankly, his Twitch chat room in the description for the channel. So if you ever need to find that chat room never closes. So if Frank is not live on YouTube, go to the Twitch chat room and then just watch on a Rumble or a QFTV, any of the like Rockfin, anything like that. Well, whatever plays the best for you. Personally, QFTV will buffer for me more than any other site. So I would probably watch on Rumble because I've got the Rumble app on my TV. Oh, that sucks, Jen. I've been going nuts. Can't find my watercolor paper. Captain Liberty. See, that's the thing with my terrible memory. I feel so bad. He did call into the show and he had one of those real distinct voices. So it kind of like Sam Elliott. Um like I can sort of hear his voice in my head because Frank's mom was in there talking about him. Like, was that the guy with the voice? And it kind of jogged my memory a bit. Um like I feel like a dick because I can't remember, but he did used to call in more often. Well, like it has been years since he has called in. And it just makes it sound like a dick because I can't remember. Um, but he had been around for a while. OG, frankly. And I thought I put it back in my art tub. Huh. Oh, Patrick, if you refresh the screen, you will see if the comment is removed. Yeah, that's right. Good trick. I'm glad you pointed that out. But yeah, somebody mentioned called in like what do you think those rich people are taking like injecting young people blood with this and then I don't know, drinking it, whatever he said. But we've known for years that people with a certain amount of money will take minors' blood and have that injected to them to keep them young. King 40. Oh, I'm glad you remember him. Yeah, because I feel so bad with my memory being so terrible. Like, I wish Frank could, like, he's probably not in the mind to, but like play like a clip of his call or something like that to remind me because I don't remember yesterday. Yeah, then Moon Buddy called in and she won the silver. It was silver because Frank had like one of those dollar coins and silver and like a wooden nickel. But then like next week he's got like this like gold dollar standard thing it for Florida and it's got like Florida woman on it. I don't know if she's hot. He didn't show us it that close, but he's gonna be giving that away. I don't know when, but just sometime next week. You mean like Keith Richards? Oh, I don't know. I mean, like I know who Keith Richards is. I don't know if he was like Keith Richards. I would really need something to jog my memory. It's just that bad. But then Mike John was saying like in winter, it's like the world stops turning and everything is still. Like when it's like snowing out. And I'm glad he said that because as he was saying that, I remember that's true. I remember what it's like to stand out in the snow. Haven't done it in years, but he jogged a memory for me, so that was cool. And he's from Ohio. What the hell was he doing in New York? And then Frank mentioned this, like Frank's saying, like, did you ever have you're like somebody passes away, but you feel like everything is gonna be okay, even though they've passed away and they're not gonna be around anymore, even though it was a natural death. No, absolutely not. Again, with Gamer Cat, that was basically a natural death. He was an old man. I mean, it was totally natural for him. So on that front, I was like, okay, that's fine. When it's somebody's time, it's somebody's time. But I've never ever thought things were going to be okay after somebody dies. In fact, quite the opposite. I think never something is never going to be right again after a death, and I have been right every time. So I don't know where he gets that feeling from. Like now that I'm sitting here thinking about it and getting upset by it, it pisses me off. How can you, like, I understand why he thinks that. How can you say that? But yeah. And then Frank was showing us some Christmas lights displays. And it was kind of cute because like for every display they kind of changed up the Christmas music to like kind of like fit the theme of the yard. And it was a very interesting concept. I do like that, and the songs did like fit. Nothing. The best Christmas lights display I ever saw was not at Christmas time. It was about not January, October 9th or 10th. It was night. And what happened was I was in a plane leaving JFK, and it's nighttime, crystal clear night. And I like to sit like with the window on my right side, so that's the seat that I got. And we're leaving New York, and I'm looking down, and all you see is building lights, street lights, car lights, but like you could tell like the depth of everything. Like you can tell the difference between a car and a street light and like building lights. The fact that there was such depth in that shot out of that window, the fact that I could see and I could tell, like, it's not just like a picture. It's like really those things are really that far away, and it's nighttime and everything's perfectly clear. I've never seen such a more beautiful light. Like I've never seen Christmas decorations that can top that. So like nothing against, like Frank's dad decorating their front yard, because that's a passion project. He's putting work into it, and it's not just lights. Like so he actually had like a horse, for example. I'm not talking about that because some people really do put thought into it, and I'm not knocking them. But on the whole, most Christmas lights are just junk that people just bought and plugged in. So you can't beat that. You can't be, and it is expensive. Like a plane ticket's gonna cost more than the crap you buy at Walmart and plug in. But you can't beat that. So if you want to see a Christmas lights display, just fly at night on a clear night and look down at the city. That's going to look better than any Christmas lights display you've ever seen in your entire life. Whether you love Christmas, whether you hate Christmas, whether you don't care one way or another about Christmas, that's the best light show I've ever seen. And I've been to concerts, I've seen fireworks, I've seen Christmas lights. Nothing beats that. King 40 Brian Jones died being less of a junkie than him. That's the thing. You can't start doing drugs and then stop. You have to stick with it. But yeah, Frank is poetic when he reminisces. Yeah, sometimes he gets on a tirade, and he really gets in there. He'd be a good writer. I think he does write. I don't know if he has a lot of time to, like, not just write for the show, like write for enjoyment. Jenna, that woman might pass soon because she broke her hip. Yeah, ooh, that's a rough one. Breaking a hip, especially if you're like older, it's just that's a rough one. Oh, King 40, I like your pauses. You got great comedic timing, Jenna. Yeah, she does. Jenna cracked me up before. I still think about that Jewish shower joke from what was that, like back in May? That killed me. I wish I could remember what episode that was. Oh yeah, take it easy, Moon Bunny. Jenna, I identify as Jewish this year. LOL. Jenna, are you the one who was like hanging up white and blue Christmas lights this year? Mm. Oh yeah, Pelosi did break her hip. Yeah, that's just a cover story, so she doesn't have to stand up again until spring. She just wants to be wheeled around and wear a blanket over her legs and have people give her stuff and bend over and give her a hug and feel sorry for her. No, that is a cover story for a lazy person. King 40, I identify as something else year round, Jenna. uh, so yeah, it's gonna be next week is gonna be as of right now just a full, quite frankly, week. And Frank mentioned getting more Christmassy because it's his well, he's just got like all of next week, and then the 23rd he's gonna be in, and then again the 24th through the 27th there's no 7 o'clock show. However, the 24th he is going live at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time for about a half an hour for like Merry Christmas, Happy New Year type stuff. Um, and then he's off the rest of December and January 1st, so it will be like full week next week. Then the week of the 23rd, it's one day, quite frankly. Then it's me live from the 24th through the 28th, which is that Saturday. And then the following Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then Frank will be back in on Thursday and Friday. That'll be January, so getting slightly ahead of myself. And then somewhere in there, I'll do the Dark Shadows thing. Yeah, that Jenna Jewish shower LMAO. Oh my god, that killed me. Ugh. And I can't remember anything, so the fact I remember that, oh my god. I know Jerry Coogan got me with one too. There were some, oh my god. See, that's the thing. As much as I might make you guys laugh, quite frankly, or maybe even here, I will spend just as much time just laughing my ass off at stuff you guys are saying. And like sometimes it's like maybe the same person, like they just got banger after banger after banger. Sometimes it's just like the whole room. It's almost like people are just passing it back and forth. Like a whole screen can't go by without laughing at something. So like I kind of feel stupid because sometimes I'll just be reading so much. I'm just commenting LOL, LMAO. I'm not adding anything to the conversation, but everybody's being so funny. So it's not it's a group effort. It's not just like one person on a tirade, like telling 2 hours of jokes or something like it. Like sometimes it'll come and go. Sometimes somebody's like on it for 5 minutes and then that dies down. Somebody else is like on it for another 5 minutes. That dies down. The first person like, hey, I'm back. It bounces around so much. It's so much fun to see where the conversation goes. So like you got like jokes bouncing around back and forth, and then like you might have a serious conversation, and like that's going on between 2 or 3 people, separate. So it's all going on at once. It's never like, oh, everybody's got to stay on topic. I hate a room like that because we've never been like that. It's almost quite the opposite. It's almost been if the show's about one thing, we might talk about something else, not necessarily on purpose, but like say Frank will say something and that will remind a few people of something else. So like then we get onto a topic that's totally different than what Frank is going on about, and like we're in different worlds. So that's all going on. And and at the same time I'm reading the chat room following that, and I'm also trying to listen to Frank. So I'm like commenting on what Frank's saying, and I'm commenting on the chat room. So there's always something to say. So I love that. It's only 2 hours of a day. It's easy to get with. It's not stressful. It's not too much. I am just doing the one chat room because I haven't been well enough to do 2 chat rooms. But maybe if things get more, if the optics stay the way they are, quite frankly, I can also be in the Twitch chat room at the same time. Oh, Jenna, I'm off work for like 10 days starting next Friday. Fuck yes. Oh, you do a great job meeting me. Oh, thank you. It's you guys too. Again, there was one time, I swear to God, this was like actually on New Year's Day, and I was having such a shitty day. And it's just, I hate when I have a bad New Year's Day. Oh, Michael, glad you made it. Um, October 11th, New Year's Day, not, January, but what happened was like I almost had nothing to say, but then it got to a point where I didn't have to say anything because it couldn't, like 5 lines of text could not go by without somebody saying funny, and it was literally everybody in the room at some point said something that made me laugh. So I spent like 2 hours just laughing, and that cheered me up. So it's not just like one person doing everything. It's not it's everybody's contributing. And like some people have off nights. I never expect anybody to be any certain way. You don't have to go in there and always be happy. I mean, you can, like, I'm glad people do come in there and be like, oh man, it was a rough day. Like, oh my God, like this happened with my mom, or this happened with my car. Like go ahead and vent, let folks know. Cause like, hey, we've been through it too. We're all here for everybody. We'll cheer each other up. Maybe don't spend a half an hour, bitching about it. Cause it's like, okay, it's like, put it in a post. We're kind of not, we're going to cheer you up about it. It's really not the time to exactly vent about every single last thing, but But do, like let people know. Don't just be suffering in silence. I think that's why, I'm getting to an age where I'm too old to be fake about things. So that's why I do let folks know, like, hey, I have been going through it, because not a lot of people, like, society is never going to get to a place where we are comfortable talking about mental illness, because there's no money in happy, healthy people. So there's never going to be like the help for depressed people that we all think there should be. Like, there should be, it's never going to be that way. So, like, small groups of folks have to help each other out. You're not going to get all of society to come together to end suicide. There's no money in that. So if you're going through something, say it. It maybe makes the next person not feel so bad because they're going through it. And some people can't say anything. I understand. I was like that. Lone Yukon. I just watch news. I just I can't read English. Just watched. Next news. Apparently the drones are looking for hidden nukes. Yeah, I believe that. Jen, I listen but don't always chat. Yeah, I understand. Hidden nukes. They are pulling anything they can out of their asses, and it's so funny to see people eating literal shit. Like, you believe this stuff? Oh my god, hold on. I wish I had my car keys so I could jingle them at people to keep them entertained. Not here, you guys know better. Yeah. See, people should be thinking about spending time with their family and Santa Claus and wrapping presents instead of whatever they're flying around in the air. Lone, you kind of like your chat because I can leave my hat on. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I was almost going to wear a bandana tonight if I couldn't get in the damn shower, but that's okay. And I wore the shirt the whole time. I didn't get too hot. All right. So yeah, smash the like button if you haven't already. That flew by. Oh, was that everything? Probably. We're gonna have so much time together at the end of the month. We're gonna get sick of looking at each other. So it'll be fine. I mean, you can leave your pants on it just because it's getting cold. Pants off is a mental state after a certain time, so you might not always have to have your pants off. You can just get to that state mentally, and it will all just come to you. Yeah, the only nukes are I mean, if you have a microwave, you can nuke something. That's about it. That's fear porn. Oh, we're gonna drop a bomb on everybody and everything. Well, if you drop bombs on people, then how are they gonna get more minors? See? Oh, Michael, a great monologue on the chat and everything. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that would be fantastic if I could remember scripts. Like, so far, I can remember little stuff, like the Tubi is a free app. You can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your smart TV, and everything in between. It has old TV shows, it has newer TV shows. It's got like B movies, black and white stuff, silent stuff. It has everything the other streaming services didn't want, and that's why it's doing so well. It's also purple. Oh, Patrick, great show. Nikki, chat, have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, you too. Jen, I'm gonna go hunt for my watercolor paper again. I've been wanting to like color or do something artsy, just anything like that. It's been so long. Oh, Michelle, glad you made it. Saying thank you, Nikki. We appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I couldn't have got through, goodness, certainly not the last month without the channel. So like just seeing you guys here, seeing you guys at Quite Frankly, and just, we keep up with each other. We check on each other when folks are not around. So all that family coming together stuff is great. I don't have that in real life, but we've got it online, so that's incredible. Oh, Jen, I don't post much, so that's all right. Yeah, have a nice weekend. Well, stay warm, definitely. It's right around the freezing temperature around here. And then when it is supposed to warm up a little bit, we're just supposed to get snow. So absolutely stay warm. Uh, Make sure your pipes don't freeze. Have a good meal. Get your Christmas shopping done if you haven't gotten that finished up yet. Like buy stuff early because you know they're gonna run out of all the. Like there was one year at Walmart you could not buy a pumpkin pie to save your life because it was just too close to Thanksgiving. Like literally every single pumpkin, like even the teeny tiny pumpkin pie is gone, absolutely gone. Oh yikes, Jenna, 24 here in Pennsylvania. That's way too cold. Yeah, like it might be like 74 or 75 in here. That's just no. I'm gonna shut this off and put on my sleep pants and around the house pants, jammy jams, whatever you want to call them, PJs. Just because they're pants, I don't barely wear shorts outside. Like if it was 75 outside, I would not be wearing shorts. So I'm just doing this so I don't flop sweat in front of you guys. So I always support all of your favorite content creators. Smash the like button and make sure you're subscribed with all notifications on. And share the shows if you're so inclined. It depends on your audience and where you're sharing it at. Every platform is different. You don't share things on YouTube the same way you would share things on Twitter or Tumblr or Facebook or just every site is different. It's almost like every single site is a different country with its own vernacular. And that's part of the fun of the internet. Lone Yukon. I'm in the Yukon. If my pants come off, well, blue balls for sure. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Don't do that. That just sounds painful. Damn, Lone Yukon. Saying I have 3 sheets of paper. I paid 400 for each. Oh, are they gold? So yeah, just one show this time. No three-parter. See how it turns out. See, like next week, I will be able to fold this up and put it away and not look at it all week. But then after that, I'll be looking at this for 2 weeks straight. So it's just, I'm kind of used to it now. I thought it would make me claustrophobic, but because there's no place for this to hang anywhere else, I would worry about somebody like bumping into it, or if it, God forbid, gets stained, or something like that. So like I feel safer having it where I can see it, but at the same time, this room's only like that's maybe like the third of the room back there. It's all right. It's for a good cause. I love doing this. I love seeing you guys, so it's worth any kind of little tassels that I've got to put up with. It's no great sacrifice. Honestly, the worst part is just like getting my hair and my flyaways together. Once I do that, everything else just falls into place. So I'm glad you guys like showing up because I love seeing you guys, and it feels like we have as much fun here as we do it, quite frankly, except I'm talking for 2 hours instead of listening to some other guy talk. Oh, one to go to. Haven't been particularly interested in the true crime genre until, thanks to me. Oh, wow. Heard the Zells. Wow. Oh, my God. Thank you. Now I'm halfway through the book, as referred to by the Zells, Presumed Guilty, an investigation into the John Benet Ramsey case by Lawrence Schiller, aka Steven Singular. Awesome. Yeah. Let me know how that book goes after you've finished it. Yeah, definitely check out the Zells. I do have the Zells playlist. I did want to talk about that John Benet Ramsey thing, yeah, another time. So I'm glad you brought that up. Because there's that thing on Netflix. It doesn't compare to anything the Zells are doing, but yeah, check out the Zells. They're in the Zeller.com. It's Zellar, like seller. And then Frank Zell is on, well, they're both on Twitter. Frank Zell is Frank Z2137, and Jim is in the Zeller. Oh, Jenna, yeah, great. Yeah, can't see the flyaways. Yeah, thankfully with the lighting, like if I had a lighter background, all you would see is just like this halo of extra. So I'm kind of saving myself there. Oh, Michael, your streams are great. Just the steady chatters and Nikki being less vulgar. Yeah, you do have to kind of. It's different when you're the voice of the channel and like every single thing is being recorded and yeah, like it would be more intense if I knew I had like the demonetization hanging over my head, but I haven't gotten that far, so it's okay. But yeah, yeah, you do have to kind of clean it up, you know, like I'm a girl online, so all that, yeah. Oh, Strathmore. Getting the bonded fiber for painting. Oh, they're the good paper for painting, not just getting like some notebook paper out or yeah. Oh, doing this. Oh, you must be good at art then. Holy shit. Yeah, you need some like canvases. You'll have to like tweet some out or something like that so we can see what you're doing. That would be cool. Yes, me too. I want to go to keeping a lookout for a second part with the Zells on the YouTube's J is for Justice. I am too. I thought it was going to be the following week when I was live, so I was looking for that. Didn't see notifications anywhere. But if you don't see it on your own, if the second I catch it, I'm gonna tweet it out and I'll put it on YouTube. The next time they're gonna be on. I don't want to like sit there and like email or send Frank Zell a bunch of messages like when are you gonna be on next? Like don't worry about it. Just wait for the. So I'm not gonna bother him about that. But if I notice that, I'm gonna put that up because I want to be there for it. Unless I'm doing a show, I can watch it after the fact. But yeah, check out what the Zells are doing. I mentioned my the Zells playlist. That's on the homepage. Yeah, that is a lot of paint. For wait, 4.5 feet by 5 feet. Holy shit, that's damn. That's like the size of a desk doing murals and shit. Nice. Oh, nice. Lone Yukon saying it's for larger pieces. I work in bigger factors than traditional. Oh, that's sweet, Jenna. I make my Christmas cards 4 by 6 inches. That's cute. I wanted to go to. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for showing up. This ran just a little bit longer. That's okay. Yeah, smash the like button. We'll do the Frankly thing through the week. Should be able to see the whole show. And then we'll do the Saturday thing again. And then it will be interesting last 2 weeks of the year. And then we'll also see about kicking off the movie thing again in January. Hopefully, I don't choose. We don't choose the same movie as Frank. That would be weird. I don't know what he is gonna choose, but that would be totally weird if like he's like, "Hey, we're gonna watch this," and then we stumbled upon it as well. I doubt it's gonna happen. It would be hella strange if it did. But yeah, I love seeing all you guys. Everybody, look after yourselves and get some calories in you because it's gonna be cold. Have some coffee or some hot chocolate or some eggnog and smoke out on the balcony because we earned it. It's been a rough, well, it's been about 2 months into the new year. I don't care for the second month of it, but you know, like if we can get to this time in January and have like a good month, well, that's successful. That's 2 out of 3 months of the year where things have been good. So it feels like things are on the upswing, and seeing you guys at the end of the day makes everything worth it. I like that. I like little Yukon saying I have canvases, but I like pen and ink and watercolor acrylics. I did like a lot of like just pen drawing. It you can do a lot with just a pen. Yeah, so yeah. Don't mind what's flying around in the sky unless you want to shoot it down. Two-way and all. So yeah, Michael, yeah, good night everyone. See you soon. Yeah, just yep, good stuff. Great night. Good night. Good fight. And until next time.